Hi and hello to the Design Space Friday. Today's going to be a little bit different as I saw this really cool um, video on how to use a pen to mark the lines on your vinyl, your heat transfer glitter vinyl, which can be really hard to weed. And I thought that would be so cool doing it in Design Space. They were using a different um, designing software. It took a lot of steps, but with Design Space, it's going to be real simple. And this is um, the image that I thought would be really cool, and I think I'm going to keep this one and use it for a shirt in the future. So it is totally done. So I'm going to move this over here to show you how I did it. I love that little red circle that comes up now with my with my videoing software. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in an image. And what I did was I went to the Artfully Sent card making one. It is still available, and it has some really awesome images that will work perfect for what I chose. And what we're going to do is, it was close to the bottom, and it is actually a card base. Sorry for you to have to watch me go through this. It might also get me to talk a little slower because you know me, I can rattle right on. And keep going. I hope I didn't miss it while I was rattling right on. It's going to be one of the yellow card bases with the cutouts. There it is, the Hello Sunshine. And we're going to select that and insert it. So since it's a card base, there's a few things that we have to do so that we just get the image. And the first thing is we want to detach, because it is a card base. It has a score line. So we'll delete that. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to contour out the outside of the card, because we don't want the outside, we just want the inside. So, I missed it. Let's do it again. There we go. So now we just have the inside. And for a shirt, I usually do about 5 to 6 inches wide for me. I'm going to do 6 on this one. That's just a preference for me on my shirts. And you can figure out, if you do a lot of shirts, you can figure out which one is going to work best for you. So I went ahead and sized it. Now the next thing I want to do is, as you see in my sample, I want them to be 2 different colors. So I am going to bring a shape, because I'm going to do a little slicing and dicing, and make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And unlock it, because we don't want it to be proportional, so I can make it a rectangle. And then we're going to click this and this, so that I have both the card image and the rectangle I just brought in. And then we're going to slice. And then we're going to delete that. We're going to keep this one, and we'll delete this one. That way, now have them in 2 colors. Now, the next part of this is to make a duplicate of both of those, that and that. And this time, on the duplicate that we did, we are going to make it a right. Now you just see the lines. And the same, let's move that one over because it's so big we can't get to the hello. All right. And then we're going to do the same with one of the hellos. All right. So now we have a right and a filled, a cut. So we will put these 2 together over here, and these 2 together over here. And I will be selecting from over here just to make it a little bit easier for me. So what we'll do first is do the right starburst, sunburst, and we'll hold the shift key and click on the yellow, excuse me, sunburst, and we're going to align them by centering. So now the right lines are right over the top of the cut lines, and we are going to attach so that they will happen together. All right, and then we'll do the same thing with the words, where I'll grab one word and we'll grab the other, and again we will align, center them, and we will attach. And then just because I want to make sure that it travels together, we will select both of those. Let's start with this one and then do a shift. And then I'm going to align them just because I like them to look good. So I'll center that. And then this time I'm just going to group it. So now I have it all done. And then when you go to the make it, I have two of them on there. So you'll see it's going to first do a draw and then a cut. And that way it's going to draw with a pen. And what I would do is test out your pen on your heat transfer vinyl to make sure it doesn't smear. When I did mine, excuse me, I let it dry for a little bit. I set it aside and let it dry before I started to weed it, and it worked wonderful. And I just used the regular Cricut marker pen, and it worked just fine. And I would suggest if you're doing it on a dark color, like if I was going to do this on black, I would want to do something lighter. Close to my heart has a chalk marker that possibly could work. I haven't tested it, so I'm not going to tell you it will work, but you may have something in your repertoire that would work. But the cool thing is you'll see the lines, and that worked really great for me in weeding. So I hope that helps somebody, and enjoy. See you next week.